Hello, and welcome back to This Week at Endicott. I'm Hannah Haslam.
And I'm Danny LaValle. Let's take a look at what's happening this week across campus.
On Wednesday at 3:30 p.m., head over to Northfield with some friends and cheer on baseball as they take on Southern Maine. At 5 p.m., get to Lower Callahan where CAB will be presenting Something on a Stick. Also at 5 p.m., the Jewish community presents its annual Passover Seder in the chapel. Come relax, sing songs, and eat some delicious matzo. All are welcome.
At 6 p.m., there will be a Meet Your Roommate session in Gullies. Also at 6, men's volleyball will be taking on Springfield in McDonald Gymnasium. Come support your fellow Gulls. At 6:30, DECA presents Cracking the Case study with Margaret Ake from MBA Harvard Business Publishing. This will take place in LSB 247. At 7 p.m., the Psychology Club presents an alumni panel in AC 210. Come learn about what Endicott College alumni has done with their degrees.
On Thursday at 3 p.m., softball will be going head-to-head with Nichols at the softball field. At 3:30, baseball will be taking on MIT at the Northfield, and at 6, men's volleyball will be going against Cal Lutheran in the McDonald Gymnasium. Grab your friends to cheer on all your fellow athletes. Also at 6 p.m., Gaming Gulls presents Fantasy Game Night with a screening of Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. This will take place in Lower Callahan.
At 6:30, head to the Interfaith Chapel for Spiritual Solutions for Life Challenges, hosted by Rev. Gail Cantor. At 7 p.m., come watch as women's lacrosse team takes on Tufts at Hempstead Stadium. Late Night Loca begins at 8 p.m. and at 9. It is 21 plus night in Gullies. The class of 2018 will be holding a shuffleboard tournament. The cost is $5 per team, and all proceeds will go to the Craig Simpson III Memorial Scholarship. Sign up through your Blue Buzz email.
On Friday at 9 a.m., get involved in your community and volunteer with the Community Giving Tree to help sort and organize donations. At 3 p.m., volunteer at Landmark Senior Living Happy Hour, where tasks include setup, engaging with residents during entertainment, and cleanup. You can sign up for both of these great opportunities through your Blue Buzz email.
At 4 p.m., head over to Northfield to cheer on baseball as they take on Wesleyan. At 6:30, volunteer at Northeast Arc Friday Night Happenings. Northeast Arc works to deliver lifelong support services to people with developmental disabilities. Sign up through your Blue Buzz email. At 8 p.m., Late Night Loca presents Flower Power Friday. Also at 8, Gullies will be hosting a paint night. Come have some fun with your friends and let your inner artist out. Sign up through Blue Buzz.
On Saturday at 12 p.m., men's lacrosse will be taking on Wentworth at Hempstead Stadium. Go help cheer them on. At 4 p.m., join the Alliance and the Drama Club as they present their first Endicott Coffee House. You can share your art, comedy routine, slam poetry, instrumental piece, or dance. Free coffee, lattes, or chai will be provided. Sign up through your Blue Buzz email.
While Sunday is Easter, it is also the date that your change of residencia application is due. Don't forget to submit your info. Then, on Monday at noon, Callahan Dining is hosting a commuter appreciation lunch. Later at 8 p.m., the Christian community will be gathering in the chapel.
On Tuesday at 8 a.m., student commuters can stop by the Commuter Lounge in Lower Callahan for breakfast. Later, it's Don't Go to Work Unless It's Fun Day. In Gullies at 6:30 p.m., stick around for Gullies' famous trivia night at 8 p.m. Then at 9 p.m., enjoy the first of spring's famous barbecues at Docks.
On Thursday, April 5th at 6 p.m., there will be a Gaming Gulls tournament in Loca. There will be numerous games featured throughout the night, including Mario Kart, Double Dash, and Fortnite. Food and prizes are provided, and each participant will receive a Gaming Gulls dice. There's a $2 registration fee, and you can reserve your spot through Blue Buzz. On Thursday, April 12th, Gullies will be hosting the Cornhole Tourney for ALS. The cost is $12 per team, and the first place winner will receive 2 customized wooden Endicott College cornhole sets. Sign up through your Blue Buzz email. Let's check in with Matt and his recap on EC Gulls sports.
Hello and welcome to this week's edition of EC Sports. For ECTV, I'm Matt Pritchard. It's the first time since 2011 that the men's volleyball team has found themselves in the national rankings. Following 2 wins this past week and impressive play by NECC Player of the Week Troy Reardon, the Gulls have found themselves ranked at number 14. They will have their abilities put to the test tonight as they are set to host the number 1 Springfield before hosting Cal Lutheran on Thursday. The newly 23rd ranked baseball team have a busy week ahead of them as they are set to host 3 games starting this afternoon with Southern Maine. Tomorrow, they'll host MIT before rounding out the week Friday hosting Wesleyan. The softball team will also be in action this week as they are set to host a doubleheader tomorrow with Nichols starting at 3 p.m. CCC Defensive Player of the Week Hayden Souza and Specialist of the Week Derek Yanone led the Gulls to their first conference win of the year over Salve Regina. They will look to continue their winning ways in the conference as they host Wentworth Saturday. On the women's side, Offensive Player of the Week Jennifer LaCroix led the Gulls to their first conference win as well over the Salve Regina Seahawks. They will look to continue their winning ways versus the Jumbos of Tufts tomorrow night at Hempstead Stadium. The men's tennis team lost a tough conference game to the Nichols Bison this past weekend, despite a good effort from doubles team Chris Kirkpatrick and Keaton McCleary. And that'll do it for this week in EC Sports. For ECTV, I'm Matt Pritchard. Go out and support your Gulls.
Now let's take it to weather with rain.
Howdy dudes and dudettes, it's time to drop that weather on you with your favorite meteorologist, Raindrop Newcomb. Is it just me, or is it hot in here? Because temperature is finally rising in the next few days. We can expect a high of 49 degrees, but don't expect to soak in the sun as it will be partly cloudy. Sorry, Birchmont. On Thursday, the clouds will hang around as temperatures continue to rise with an expected high of 51 degrees and lows of 43. Friday, I'll be dropping bars as the heat rises for my mixtape of rain and high temperatures. Or in normal terms, Friday will be rainy with a high of 61 degrees. It'll be a great weekend to get out and do something on the side as sun shows its way through the clouds with highs being around 50 degrees. Of course, Mondays always ruin good things, and it will be the same for the weather as temperatures drop back to around 41 degrees. Well, that'll do it, my dudes. Get your t-shirts and shorts ready. Spring is coming. For ECTV, I'm your favorite meteorologist, Rain Newcomb. Back to the desk.
Easter is this week, and many enjoy a lamb dinner. Let's find out more as we get agricultured with Amy.
Hello, and welcome back to Get Agricultured. I'm Amy Couture, and with Easter coming up this weekend, I thought it'd be a great idea to talk about the lamb market. Easter is one holiday that lamb is in high demand. Farmers attempt to have their lambs born between late December and early February for this market. Most lambs go to slaughter between 2 to 15 months of age. Although once a lamb is 1 year old, the meat is called mutton instead of lamb. When lambs go to market, they are about 30 pounds at the lightest and about 200 pounds at the heaviest. The American average weight for lamb carcass is 135 pounds. The price of lamb varies depending on whether you buy an entire lamb directly from a farmer or if you just go looking for a specific cut at your local grocery store. If you are buying from a local farm, a whole or half lamb carcass, the price can range from $5 to $15 a pound, hanging weight. If you're buying lamb from the local supermarket, the price varies from $5.25 to $16.99 per pound, depending on the cut. Another aspect that changes the price of the lamb is that if it was grain-fed or grass-fed. Grass-fed animals will be leaner and have gained weight naturally, whereas grain-fed animals gain weight faster because they're getting that extra boost of nutrients to help them grow. This makes the carcass fattier. If you're interested in buying a whole or half carcass to keep in your freezer, you need to know your taste before making this big investment. First, grass-fed animals and grain-fed animals taste differently, with grass-fed tasting a little more flavorful. The carcass is also more lean than a grain-fed animal. Ewes, female sheep, and wethers, castrated males, will taste relatively the same, but rams will have a different taste. This is because they have testosterone running through their body, which will give them a more gamey taste. And that's all I have for you on this week on Get Agricultured. I'll see you next week with another tasteful episode.
What tomfoolery happened this week? Lexi and Riley are here with all the best Shake My Head news.
Hi, and welcome back to ECTV, where we give you the most hilarious stories from around the world. I'm Riley Fitzgibbons.
And I'm Lexi Lozano. To kick off this week, a man in Romania has been pronounced dead but is very much alive. After being a chef in Turkey for nearly 20 years, the man returned to Romania only to discover that his wife had officially registered him as deceased. When face-to-face with the court to try to dispute this mistake, they simply replied that he was too late and would have to remain dead. He now does not know if he is married, if he can work, or simply what to do. This living ghost won't have too much living to do after all.
Next time you disregard grammar, think about this next story. An absent Oxford comma will cost a Maine dairy company $5 million. The suit, brought against Oakhurst Dairy by the company's drivers in 2014, sought $10 million in a dispute about overtime payment. A federal appeals court decided to keep the drivers' lawsuit concerning an exemption from Maine's overtime law alive last year. Court documents filed Thursday show the company and the driver settled for $5 million. The dispute came from a lack of a comma regarding which departments applied to Maine's overtime law and affected hundreds of drivers. While the Oxford comma, used to define lists in a sentence, has been disputed before, it seems that it's better to be grammatically correct than sorry.
The term fruitful just entered a whole new level. 5 suspects were arrested for stealing and smuggling 8,000 pounds of oranges into their vehicles. There were 2 cars and 1 van entirely full of the orange fruit. Flashback to just last year when a California man got caught with $300,000 worth of stolen avocados in his car. The men in cahoots stealing your fruit, coming live from ECTV.
It might be common for people to go to court over identity disputes, but not so much animals. Iconic meme star Grumpy Cat just won $700,000 in a federal lawsuit over the use of her identity. While Grumpy Cat's owner gave permission for the Grenade Beverage Company to use the frowning feline's image in one advertisement campaign, the company went on to unrightfully use the image to sell other products. They say to beware of a black cat, but many of you should beware of Grumpy Cat.
That's all we have here for you today. Thanks for tuning in.
And thanks for staying foolish. Back to the desk.
That's all we have for this week, girls.
Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.